Imagine this. You're sitting in a small wooden boat, gently floating in the middle of a calm, mirror-like lake. The water reflects the sky so perfectly that it feels as though you're drifting through clouds. It's peaceful. You can hear the faint chirping of birds in the distance, the rustle of leaves as a soft breeze blows by, and the occasional ripple of water as a fish jumps. Suddenly, out of nowhere, another boat collides with yours. The jolt shakes you out of your tranquil state. You look up, heart pounding, expecting to see someone in the other boat, but when you do, you see nothing. The boat is empty. At first, relief washes over you. There's no one to confront, no one to blame. But as your heartbeat slows, you start to think about how differently you might have reacted if someone had been in that boat. Would your calm demeanor have been replaced with anger? Would you have shouted, blamed, or argued, assuming they weren't paying attention or steering recklessly? This simple experience holds a powerful lesson. When we react with anger in real-life situations, we often act as though every collision is intentional, a personal affront to our ego. But what if we approached life with the mindset that most boats are empty? Anger is a natural human emotion, but it often comes from a place of ego. When someone cuts you off in traffic, criticizes your work, or says something unkind, it feels like an attack on you. Your instinct is to defend yourself, to prove that you're right and they're wrong. But here's the truth. Most of the time, other people's actions aren't about you at all. Like the empty boat on the lake, they are just moving through life, driven by their own struggles, distractions, or emotions. When we react with anger, we're not solving anything. Instead, we're letting our emotions steer our boat. We allow our ego to inflate, turning a small collision into a storm. But what if we could let go of that need to react? What if we could see every boat as empty, every collision as a neutral event, rather than a personal attack? The concept of the empty boat comes from an ancient Zen story. A man was peacefully rowing his boat when another boat rammed into his. At first, he became furious, shouting at the other boat's owner for being so careless. But when he realized the boat was empty, his anger disappeared. There was no one to be angry at. This realization changed his perspective. He understood that his anger wasn't caused by the collision itself, but by his assumption that someone had wronged him. From that day on, he resolved to treat every collision in life as though the other boat was empty. This mindset can transform how we deal with conflict. When someone's actions upset us, we can remind ourselves, it's not about us, it's not personal. Their boat, their words, their behavior is often filled with their own pain, insecurities, or distractions. How to apply this in daily life? 1. Pause and reflect. The next time someone's actions upset you, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is this really about me, or is it their own empty boat? 2. Detach from ego. Recognize that your anger often comes from your ego, the part of you that feels the need to defend your pride. Let go of the need to take things personally. 3. Breathe deeply. When emotions rise, take a few deep breaths. Breathing activates your parasympathetic nervous system, helping you calm down. 4. Practice mindfulness. Stay present. Observe the situation without judgment. Mindfulness helps you respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. 5. Choose peace. Remember that peace is a choice. When you let go of anger, you're not giving in or letting others win. You're freeing yourself from unnecessary suffering. Let's take a real-world example. You're at work, and a coworker dismisses your idea in a meeting. You feel a surge of irritation. Your instinct is to snap back, defend your idea, and prove your worth. But instead, you pause. You remember the empty boat. Maybe your coworker dismissed your idea because they're stressed about their own workload or worried about their performance. It might have nothing to do with you. By choosing not to react with anger, you save yourself from unnecessary tension. You can calmly restate your idea or let it go, focusing on the bigger picture. The same principle applies to family conflicts, disagreements with friends, or encounters with strangers. When you let go of the need to react, you gain control of your emotions and find peace. The freedom of letting go. Choosing to see the empty boat doesn't mean you let people walk all over you. It means you choose to respond from a place of calm and understanding rather than anger. You still set boundaries and address issues, but you do so without letting your emotions take over. Together, with the power of the empty boat, and let's create a world of understanding and peace. And to create that, you need to learn about simplicity. Watch this video to learn. Life doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be